Welcome to Sports Center. This is ESPN 8.
The Ocho.
Coming at you live from Jefferson City, Missouri.
Actually, we're in Lake of the Ozarks.
But we're Jefferson City Regional. Today, we're going to bring you a special event. Due to all the sports being shut down, there's really nothing going on, no pro sports, so the Ocho is back online. And instead of our March Madness that we're usually right in the middle of today, we're going to bring you the special titled
March Sadness 2020.
And we are your hosts today. I'm Chad Kish.
And I'm Pat Oligschlaeger.
And we are bringing you the first ever edition of March Sadness. So let's give you a little background. Due to the coronavirus, there's no sports. All the NCAA tournaments have been canceled. The state high school tournaments have been canceled. All the pro leagues have been put on hiatus. What did you give up for Lent this year, Pat?
I gave up NCAA basketball for Lent.
Man, it might be the first time he gets all the way through Lent with what he gave up. I gave up NHL hockey, and I love my Blues. But this year, all these teams down here on the left that qualified for the NCAA tournament, they don't get in. But we're going to bring you the special today, March Sadness. Get ready. We're going to unveil the Midwest region bracket. Now, the committee put a lot of work into this. Do you think they did a pretty nice job when you first saw it, Pat?
I think they did a good job, but I think as we sort through the bracket, we're going to make our own picks and see how they come out.
I agree with you. I think they did a pretty nice job. It's really tough, especially when there's really no March Madness. So they couldn't have probably done much better. So we're going to start out, as you can see, this is a full bracket release here on the right. The Midwest Regional is going to be played at Lincoln University as the host in Jefferson City, Missouri. That's a pretty nice venue, being that you can't have any fans. That's probably about the right size.
That'd be about the right size, Chad. I think that's a perfect location for the Midwest bracket.
I agree with you. And if you really zoom in, you can see the number one seed in the region is Nap Time. And I think that's one of the top picks in the whole thing. They're one of the number one seeds, and they got there. So let's go ahead and let's break this down game by game. What do you think, Pat?
That sounds great. Let's do it.
All right. Bracketology. Here's our first round matchup. The number one seed in the Midwest region, Nap Time, from Naperville, Illinois. They were 33-1 on the season. They were the ACC regular season and tournament champs, dual champs, won the tournament and the regular season. Just great overall season. And they're playing the 16 seed, Clean the Bathrooms. I don't know which I would rather do, Pat, but Clean the Bathrooms includes the entire residence halls on your campus. They were 15-14 on the year, and they were the MEAC tournament champions. What do you think about this game?
Well, I tell you what, if there was ever a clear favorite in a 1-16 game, it's got to be this one. As you and I both know, Nap Time is clearly the favorite in this tournament.
Yeah, I think with the world coming to an end, you're right. Nap Time's pretty important. Let's go ahead and break down game number 2. Why don't you tell us about
This is the 8-9 game. Watch YouTube videos came in with the number 8 seed. Cats, Dogs, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. 25-7 on the season, not a bad season for an 8 seed, and they were the SEC tournament champions. They're going to go up against number 9, post funny memes to social media. Anything for a lot. 24-8 on the season, and they got an at-large bid. They did not win a conference tournament. I would say this is a toss-up game, Chad.
Yeah, this is one of those 50-50 games. You flip the coin once, and you're still not sure, and you flip it 10 times, and you say which one, and you got 5 heads and 5 tails. So you still got to pick them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with what I would rather do if I was sitting at home. I really enjoy watching YouTube videos. They're funny, and this is actually a YouTube video that's funny. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the number 9 because I enjoy posting funny memes to social media. Anything for an LOL. It could be a cat. It could be a dog. I don't know. It could be funny. All right, let's go ahead and break down the third game here. I'll set the table for you. Number 4 seed, a strong number 4. They were trending in the right way at the end of the year. Go Fishing. I mean, there's not a bad day when you're fishing. I mean, you might not catch any, you might only cast, but it's a lot better than a day at work. They were 28-5 on the season and won the Big Ten Conference Championship. The away team here going to be in the dark jerseys is number 13. That's kind of a new one on the block, a new kid on the block. Scavenger hunt for toilet paper. I mean, that could really take a while. You could have to go to Walmart. You could have to go to Lowe's. You never know where you might be able to find some of that. You might even have to go in the truck stop bathroom and take the rolls that are in there for spare. They were 25-7 on the year. They were the WAC tournament champions, and yes, the number 13 seed is WAC.
That's a good one. This could be an interesting matchup. Okay, in light of what's going on in society today, scavenger hunting for toilet paper is becoming all the rage, but it's going up against a strong favorite in Go Fishing. I got to go with number 4 seed here, who could be the dark horse favorite in this old bracket.
I really like Go Fishing. I'm with you, Pat. I've watched a lot of the Big Ten conference this year, and there's a lot of lakes there and rivers to go fishing. Why don't you go ahead and set the table for the next game?
Okay, this is the always interesting 5-12 matchup. The number 5 seed comes in as Netflix and chill, using your buddy's account since you're too cheap to buy your own. They had a great season in the Pac-12 at 29-3. Were the Pac-12 tournament champions, a very strong number 5 seed. And they will go up against the number 12 complete and submit your tax return. What a timely topic on a bracket line. TurboTax Federal and State Edition, both due in April. 22-9 on the season, OVC tournament champions. I got to tell you, Chad, this to me could be the upset of the first round.
I'm really with you. You know, Netflix and chill is really popular, especially with the lack of sports on TV. So they're trending. The committee really bumped them up. I thought they were more of a 6 or a 7 seed. They gave them a little bit of extra credit, probably because you're using your buddy's account instead of your own. But you're right. Completing and submitting a tax return, it's usually not March Madness. But if you don't use that TurboTax, it could be April sadness when you got to write a check. So I'm with you. Number 12 is really hot here. I'd look for the upset if I were you. The next game on this bracket is the number 2 seed. Ooh, number 2. Watch TVs on the couch. I mean, they're really trending down even though they had a 29-3 season due to the fact that there's no live sports on TV. They were the A10 conference and tournament champions, still coming off a strong season. They've won 19 straight games. And they got the number 15 new kids on the block. Kind of can be a dirty proposition. You never know with these guys. They're really tough down low in the paint, the spare bedroom. They got 3 big men that run the triple post. This is the 2 colors plus the closet. They were 17-13 and coming out of that deep south with the Southland tournament championship win as the number 5 seed in their own tournament. What do you think about this game?
I wouldn't look past number 2 here. You know, there's so far on TV, there hasn't been any reruns. There has been a lot of things on ESPN lately. The old 30 for 30s they've been showing, basketball, a love story that was on all weekend. So I think this is a stronger number 2 seed than you're giving credit for. Paint the spare bedroom, I don't think really has much of a chance in this matchup.
You don't like the triple post offense? Huh?
Absolutely not.
I'm kind of with you. With all the with the NFL going ahead and opening free agency and all the draft talk, I think watching TV on the couch could, instead of dropping, they could trend back up. And they should have maybe been on that one line, to be honest with you.
Could have been.
All right. What do you think about this one?
Okay, this is our classic 7-10 matchup. Posting a pic of your last meal on Facebook, which I know, Chad, you are infamous for. With all the restaurants closing, this might be mac and cheese. Let's face it. 22-9 on the season, a pretty strong number 7 seed, got an at-large bid, going up against the number 10 seed, develop online course content, which we both know we are in the middle of right now. 7 weeks working from home don't sound so good after this week's professional development. 17-13 on the season, very lucky at this point to have gotten into the tournament. I think a little high for a number 10 seed.
Yeah, they weren't even on the map about 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
They came out of nowhere. Developing online course content in the middle of the semester, it's almost unheard of, Pat. I mean, I'd rather be eating the mac and cheese that you can't even get off the shelf with the number 7. But you know what? I think number 10, they're so hot, they're sizzling, they're on fire. I think that's going to be really important for the weeks to come. And, this whole project revolves around number 10.
They are trending up for sure, despite their lousy record.
Yeah, I'm going to go with, even though I'd rather do number 7, I think number 10 is probably going to take it. All right, let me go ahead and I'll set the table for this game. It's going to be a great game. Who doesn't love the number 3 seed pizza and wings? You can go takeout or delivery option only now. There's no buffets. You're not dining in. You pick the crust, I pick the toppings. What do you think about that one?
I think this is another top seed that's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, 28-4 on the season with only 4 losses. And I think those were to all big buffet lanes. They were the Big 12 Conference Tournament champs, got hot late, and they're taking on number 14. I know you fitness buffs out there love jog on the treadmill, but this is a jog, not a walk, and it's for an hour or more. So that's pretty tough.
It's going to be tough now with all the gyms closing. Unless you got a treadmill at home, this is going to be tough to get through this matchup.
I'm with you. Another at-large bid got in, but I think the number 3 is going to run the table here.
Oh, I think this is probably going to be one of those blowouts in the first round.
I agree with you. I mean, especially with a little extra marinara on the side.
Our number 6 and 11 matchup. Number 6, read a book, which is, to me, that's a little high on the list. And I'll explain why in a minute. An actual book, not something on your phone, comes in at 28-4 on the season. They were the MEAC Conference Tournament champions this year, going up against number 11, Spring Clean the House. 18-11, Conference USA Tournament champions, a deep spring cleaning, including the garage. I would say, in light of what's going on right now outside in our society, reading a book is not going to happen that much because of the lack of toilet paper. I see an upset in the making here.
You know what? I could be with you because a lot of people do read the book on the toilet. I agree with you. That's critical. But reading a book is not written on toilet paper. If you look at some of the classics, the Stephen Kings, the Dean Koontz, some of them actually were a precursor to the situation we're in right now. So that could actually be some research. I mean, you might need to know how to take out a zombie or a vampire by the end of this week. I'm going with number 6, read a book. You can spring to clean the house, Pat. All right, here's our upset specials. When we look at this Midwest Regional, Pat and I dug this out quite a bit. And, I thought about it, and I can't go with 11 over 6. I'm going to have to go with 6. I mean, I originally picked 11 spring clean the house over read a book. And here's my thought process, even though I'm going to flip my pick. I just don't know how many people have books anymore. Most people are going to read on a tablet, and that's not a book. So, man, their fans just aren't with them anymore.
Yep.
But I'm going to have to rethink that. I had it down, though, so I guess I got to go with the 11 over 6 on my upset special, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Okay. Well, my upset special was number 12, complete your tax returns over number 5, Netflix. And I think complete tax returns is on the uptick, especially in light of the fact that a lot of people are going to be getting refunds. So when they get those refunds, they're going to be a more popular team than ever.
I'm with you too, because I just think you gotta complete those. You gotta get them in, especially if you're afraid that the government's going to shut down and you're not going to get your return. So I think there's a little added extra pressure on the 12, and a 12 always beats a 5 every tournament. Netflix and chill trending a little down. Nobody wants to come over and chill with you when we don't have any TP, right? All right, so let's go with our overall picks for this Midwest Regional. What we did, we each, we're experts in our field. We decided to take a pick who was going to advance through the regional and get to the Final Four of March Sadness. And let's unveil them now. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and justify our pick. Pat, tell us about your pick.
Well, I picked the overall number 1 seed for obvious reasons. I literally 20 minutes ago just took a nap, and it felt great, Chad. It felt great. So I've got a really strong feeling about this number one seed in this particular Midwest region as taking the whole thing.
You know,